Hey, welcome back to Second Run. I'm Austin, and we are playing some more Dragon Age. We're gonna get right into it. I saved because I am really scared that I'm gonna forget to save, and at some point I'm gonna just lose hours of progress, but rest assured, not yet. Okay. Some dudes shooting arrows. I think we're pretty much just ready, so I'm gonna head over to Meryl and meet Meryl and, go and try and save Tamlen. Got an ice arrow. That's pretty cool. Never gonna use it, but it is what it is. It seems like they were talking about something. So let's just check with them real quick, see if there's anything more we can learn about the Dalish culture.
By the creators, it is so good to see you whole and well. I was so worried.
Aneth Ara, I think that's like a greeting. It's good to see you. You really shouldn't worry so much about me. Or enough, Ashal. I don't need to be mothered by you anymore. Super teen angst. I'll just go with the second one. I feel like I'm pretty tired, and that's something that I feel like our Adelaide would probably say.
I can't help it, dear. I've raised you since your poor mother died.
Oh, my mom died. Dang.
I've been outside the Keeper's tent the whole time. I have never been so relieved as when I heard you would pull through. What happened? Everyone says Tamlen may be dead.
I shouldn't say just yet. They may be right, or he's missing. That's all we know. That is all we know. So, fingers crossed.
That's awful. He's been a good friend to you since you were fledglings. You must be more careful. Your mother and father, may they rest in peace, would be horrified to see you take such risks.
I should go. You never spoken to my parents much. You always say that. I'll stick with the parents. Let's learn some stuff. I don't know if I've ever talked to this person. I've played the Daedalus Elf storyline before, and I did do a full playthrough of that one on my own. But I do not remember learning anything about my parents, so...
What happened to them is a sad tale, and it's in the past. Reopening old wounds benefits no one.
Ooh, see, this is what I'm talking about. Now we got that persuade skill.
True. Perhaps you're old enough to hear this, though it hardly seems like the right time.
But is there ever a good time? Like, come on.
Very well. If I do not tell you now, you'll only wonder. Your mother was a hunter, one of the finest, and your father was the keeper before Marathari. He was with us for a very long time. Your mother was from another clan, and her elders did not approve of the match. She and your father had to meet in secret. One day, bandits caught them alone in the forest. Your father was killed, but your mother escaped.
I guess I'll go with I always thought they died together.
Your mother held to life long enough to give birth to you. But grief racked her heart. One night she simply walked into the moonlight and never returned.
Ouch. I'm not going to say I'm a little disappointed that I get why the subtitles are up top. It's because like this game does have the dialogue choices down below, but this angle really cuts off this lady's top half of her entire face. Oof. I'm just gonna say I don't know what to say. That seems like what I'm feeling at least.
The clan decided not to discuss this around you, lest it poison your heart with sadness.
It's pretty tough. But that being said, I can't believe both one as me, who's played this game, that I have not heard this before, and also as Adelaide, who is a full-on adult.
Our people have learned to live with much sorrow. It seemed only right that we not dwell on it. Your mother did leave you a gift. Something of your father's for you to have once you were older.
Man, do I get something?
Perhaps the time has come.
Oh no, I definitely want it. Yeah. You only remember this now, or oh, where is it? I'm just straight up, I'm interested.
Take this key. You'll see some chests behind the storage arvo by the halapan. One of them was your mother's. Its contents are yours if you wish.
Dang! That locked chest back there is no longer an enigma. We can totally just get that shit. Man, I am surprising myself. Also, pile of sacks. Where were you? I want that shit too. I'm all about getting as much loot as humanly possible. Scout's bow. Okay, this is not where I was trying to... Where's the chest? Oh, we saw it earlier. Okay, here we go. This guy. A Dalish bone and heirloom necklace. So the Dalish bow is cool. I'm not going to use it, but I could totally sell it or give it to somebody. The heirloom necklace, though, a necklace made up of hundreds of wooden beads, each carved into the shape of an animal. Deer, hawk, wolves, and rabbits chase each other around at length. So I guess that's my childhood heirloom necklace. Fancy. And then are these better? They are. I'm going to equip the gray iron Darmisu's since we just had normal iron before. Hopefully we can hit a little bit harder, die a little bit less. Ooh, got the second chapter of the history of Ferelden. Might come back to that. Right now, I just want to kind of get into the action, punch some dark spawn, find Tamlen and Duncan, and get this going. I'd always had the impression that the origin story was only like 40 minutes to an hour, but I think part of what Let's Plays are kind of interesting for is that you really take your time. And so it is taking a little bit longer. That being said, now this lady's named, so I'm going to talk to her.
Anathara, it's good to see you recovered.
How are the Hall faring?
They fare well. The
Nice.
Keeper called for the clan to move on, and they will be ready to take us. One is heavy with calf, but it shouldn't be a problem. May I ask of Tamlin's fate? Some say the clan will leave before we find him.
I won't allow that to happen. We're going to find him, don't worry. Just be a total Debbie Downer. I'll just say we're going to find him. I don't know if we're going to be able to find him before these guys leave. It seems like they're packing
The
up.
Hala mourn our fallen. No sound is more heart-wrenching than their mourning cry. At least they won't be crying over you. They are quite fond of you.
Aw. They're your friends then. The Hala are beautiful. Should that make me happy? Damn. I always love these games because you do have, like, you know, your typical, like, Paragon Renegade and, like, middle stances. But I always felt like the games that don't have the dialogue recorded completely kind of have a little bit more variance to them. And so there are some, like, just total crude-ass responses that you can just be having a bad day throughout the entire game. And it will work. They'll make it work.
I admire them for their strength and pride. They are equals, not servants like the Shemlin horses. At any rate, I do not envy the Keeper's decision. I'll pray for Tamlin's safe return.
Awesome. So I guess we just got some information on the Hala, basically. Which, as I imagine, you know, you can tell they're like a unicorn deer. There's nothing unicorn-like about them. I don't know why they remind me of unicorns, but my brain says put a deer and a unicorn together, and you've got a Hala. Is it accurate? Meh. Do I care? Meh. They're cute. That's what matters. Also, a note. Nice. On Dalish land ships. Now, Dalish land ships sound cool, but I'm good, because I really want to talk to Meryl. God damn it, they keep giving me scrolls. Okay, we'll read about the Dales. They just keep hammering it on. I can't skip them all. Okay. Oh, jeez. You know what? The Dales are fine, but we don't go to them. We are in the continent of Ferelden, though, so I'm going to run through this quick history of Ferelden. So this is Chapter 2. Don't know where Chapter 1 is. Hopefully we find it, but here we are. The occupation was a dark blot on Ferelden's history. Our people, who from time immemorial valued their freedom over all else, were forced to bow to Orlesian rule. The Empire declared our elves property and sold them like cattle. Chevaliers routinely plundered freeholds of coin, food, and even women and children, and excused it as taxation. Sounds a lot like Britain in the Crusades. And for 70 years, no landsmeets were held, for the imperial throne had declared our ancient laws a form of treason. King Brandel was one of those who escaped. He tried to organize the other fugitive lords to retake their land, but Brandel was neither clever nor persuasive, and the nobles preferred to take their chances alone. Ferelden might still be little more than a territory of the Empire, were it not for the fact that his daughter had all the charisma that her royal father lacked. The rebel queen's rule began with a midnight attack on the Imperial Armory in Lothering. It was a swift and successful It was swift and successful, and with their pilfered arms, the rebels began a campaign against the Orlesians in earnest. But the turning point of the war came when a young freeholder joined the Queen's army. The lad, Logain MacTyr, possessed a remarkable talent for strategy and quickly became the favored advisor of young Prince Merrick. The Queen finally died at the hands of Orlesian sympathizers, anxious to curry favor with the Painted Masters, and Merrick took her place as the leader of the rebellion. Logain became Merrick's right hand. Merrick and Logain led the rebels in a new campaign against the Orlesian oppressors, culminating in the Battle of the River Dane, where the last Chevaliers in Denerim were crushed. With the capital once more in the hands of the Fereldans, the battle to free our people was finally over, but the battle to rebuild what had been lost had only just begun. So the history of Ferelden kind of focuses on the Ferelden people, which naturally the Dalish elves are not quite a part of. And it's always kind of interesting to learn about both sides, because the Dalish elves very much view basically everybody in standard Ferelden rule as occupiers themselves. And so it is interesting. It's like Ferelden and their main concerns are with this occupying other country, or Orlais, which is very French. Definitely supposed to just be France. But what's kind of funny to me about this specific codex entry is there's a book, a couple books by the lead writer of this game, David Gator, and one of them, called The Stolen Throne, is pretty much, this is the cliff notes of that book. I actually read it right when COVID started. It's pretty good if you're a fan of fantasy reading, which I imagine you might be if you're 3 episodes into my really wordy fantasy playthrough of Dragon Age. But yeah, it's cool. Logain is a character in this game, and so we will get to know more about him as well, so it's kind of cool to get a little bit of backstory. But I swear to God, now we're going to actually get to some gameplay. Anyway, here's Meryl.
Told me I'm to accompany you back to those caves. As her apprentice, I may see something you missed. But our main objective is to find Tamlen, of course. We must make haste. He may not have much time.
Worried about getting sick? How much lore do you know? How much did the Keeper tell you? Well, ask her that, at least.
Enough to pique my interest and my concern. You can explain the rest on the way.
Alright, let's do it. I'm not worried about getting sick. She might be, but I don't really give a shit. Fun fact, Meryl is actually a companion character in Dragon Age 2. She's a pretty small role in this one, and she's only in the Dalish elf origin story, but in Dragon Age 2, she's like a real big character, which I always thought was really interesting. Another reason why I want to usually, like, my canon is this origin story, because I think it's nice that Meryl gets a cameo before she's a big fleshed out character. She's also a mage, so you see mages in action. They stand way, way back there and shoot balls of frost. It's pretty cool, I guess. It's cooler when they heal me. She's definitely not healing me at all. I don't know if she can heal. Let's find out. Nope. Great. Usually when I have mages in my party, I focus on them just healing, because it's super, super necessary. And it's cool when they have really fancy spells, but more often than not, they just keep the tanks alive.
Were those Darkspawn?
I don't know. You're asking me, or that would make sense. It would make sense. Duncan's been asking about them, and we've never seen those creatures before, ever.
I've never seen anything like them. You can smell the evil on them. Where did they come from? Were they here before?
I think we would have noticed. Maybe they followed the Grey Warden, or maybe the mirror. I bet you the mirror kind of had something to do with it. It seems like shit went whack when Tamlen touched it, so...
What would Darkspawn have to do with our people? The stories say our Lathan fell long before the Darkspawn appeared. Well, we'll find out soon enough. Let's hope we don't find any more of these monsters. Before we go, are you all right? Were you hurt during the fight?
I mean, we are fine, but I'm curious to see. Maybe she's got a health poultice that she'll give me if I ask?
It's just that you're quite pale.
Okay, never mind.
You look a bit feverish, in fact.
I think that she's bothering me, so I'm
Well, I'll
fine.
keep an eye on you. You've only just recovered from your illness. But let's not think of that now. We should move on.
Alright, well, we've killed our first Darkspawn. That is indeed what they are. Genlocks are the weaker, smaller grunts, basically, of the Darkspawn horde. There are others, and they suck. much more.
I wonder whose camp
But the Genlocks
this
can be
is.
pretty tough too.
Do you remember it being here?
Nope, we did not see that. Could definitely be from Duncan. So I bet
You're
I bet
probably
on
right.
that.
Didn't he say he was headed back to the cave? If so, he's not here now. And we've seen no sign of Tamlen. Maybe we should... Wait. Do you hear that?
I would say no forest creatures. I've got my headphones in and all the birds did just stop.
Exactly. The forest is too... still. Something's in the air. Something unnatural.
Yeah, I'd say let's be careful.
It seems whatever you woke up inside that cave has spread outside. The sooner we find this cave and Tamlen, the sooner we can leave. Take us there quickly.
More Genlocks, the little boys, here to mess things up. Forget that I can kick now, which is pretty helpful. Still though, man, nightmare. Stupid decision on my part. Oh god, why did I do this to myself?
Let's get started.
By the gods!
On it.
Yeah, it's fine. You're not the one getting pelted by arrows. That would be miss me. Jesus. This guy sucks. Stop. Be gone.
On it. Let's get started.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Please do not take out Meryl. I really don't want to use my last health pack on her. I'm okay.
Why?
Alright, we got an acid flask. I accidentally pressed Y. Got gold. Please, health. Oh. Good. The second that we get kind of out of the prologue and into like the main swing of things, I'm gonna spend an obscene amount of money on health packs because I definitely am feeling a little rusty as far as not playing this game for a while. Even though I love it, if you're not fine-tuned, hardest mode, it's making a fool of myself. So anyway, we're gonna venture forth, check out the cave again. I'm not stoked to go back in there. It didn't go well last time, but obviously it's where Duncan is, and if Tamlen is alive, he's gonna be in here. That being said, I'm saving all the damn time. I'm gonna run out of save slots. It's gonna be a wonderful time. It's gonna be great.
So these are the ruins. Interesting. They're definitely of human origin, yet elven artifacts are scattered amongst them. Nothing explains the monsters, though. But we must find Tamlen, or what's left of him. I can't imagine he's still alive with those creatures about.
Well, that's tough. They could have taken him hostage, but they definitely tried to kill me. I'm not in denial though. Like it is true. It's pretty unlikely.
Still, even if he's here somewhere, we need to find his body. Let's just pray we're wrong.
All right. So yeah, we've already looted this whole area. So we definitely got to keep an eye out for enemies. But I think outside of that, this place is pretty set up. So I think I remember this way being a little bit faster to getting to that mirror. Something tells me. God damn it. Okay. I don't like fighting 3 enemies at a time
Let's make this quick, shall we?
because it seems like that's not going well for me.
Right.
But we're gonna give it our best shot.
I need healing.
Jesus, I'm almost dead.
Let's get started.
Okay, let's get over here. Maybe I can distract him before I'm dead.
Let's get started. Right. This should be easy enough.
Yeah. Seriously, that stun ability though is everything. Meryl, unfortunately, I think is gone. Yep. And it's up to me to take out our last little bow person, and if I can't do it, then we are dead in the water. At least he's running from me for once. That's kind of nice.
This should be easy enough.
Oh god, though, it's gonna be pretty much, can I stun him before he kills me?
Let's get started.
Okay, okay. I could try and go around back, but I think I'm just gonna try and brute force it. Ooh! Hell yeah! So that when you get a critical, there are some special abilities that your units will have. I chopped that grunt's head off, or Genlock. That's something that rogues and warriors can do, but I find that it happens more often with rogues. And I remember when I was younger, that was like the absolute coolest thing. And so I'm happy that we got a nice little fancy kill there. That was a tough fight, so you know what I'm doing. I'm saving again. I'm not apologizing. I'm sorry, but it's just how it's gonna be. I gotta look out for me. I don't want to have to play through 20 more minutes.
On to the next.
Oh, cool.
Trap.
Oh,
Trap.
Buck.
Trap. Trap.
At least I can detect them all. But it was kind of funny hearing me just say trap 4 times in a row, as if I really gotta identify each individual one. I like that I get experience points for it too, though. We must be getting close to level 3. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna let these guys come to me. Meryl, you bitch. Oh, god damn it.
Right. On it. Let's get started. Right.
Yeah, Meryl's basically gone already, but if I remember, she's got... Yeah, we've got an injury kit, which could at least do something. Because when she died, she would have taken an injury on. Oh, thank goodness, and I just leveled up, which means I got healed. If that didn't happen, I think that we would be gone. Genlock emissaries are pretty tough. They are the mages of that, class for the Darkspawn, but they're pretty tough. They just do a lot of damage. Ugh. We made it. Oof. I'm telling you, I'm getting by the skin of my teeth here. But we're getting there. We're making it. I've only died stupidly the one time, so hooray. Okay, we've got more skill points to spend. Same deal, throwing one on cunning and dexterity. I'm gonna put one on strength though, just because I feel like I'm really not hitting them too hard, and I do want to be beefy, but also I need to hit good. From there, stealth is not really the way to go still, I think, at this point. We're not strong enough yet. We're not at level 4 to do any of the basic, like anything more than basic. So it's between the dual striking and the dual weapon sweep. I'm going to do the weapon sweep just because I like activated abilities more than sustained ones. I just find that they're more useful to have one specific ability that you can do every 10 seconds or whatever. Plus, this one does more damage. The other one is like literally unable to do criticals. I'm not a huge fan of that. There are also things called tactics slots that I haven't gone over. This is basically the tactics screen, so you can define how a follower will use their abilities and other actions and select a range of general behavior or their preset roles. So basically that is kind of like when I'm not controlling me, these are the things that I'm going to do instead. So if I'm surrounded by at least 3 enemies, I'll use the dual weapon sweep. If I'm being attacked, I'll use dirty fighting. And if I'm just feeling like kicking someone, I'm going to kick someone. I usually stick with the default ones starting out until we get pretty leveled up, just because there's really not a lot of abilities anyway, and the game honestly knows more than I do about this type of shit. Tactics are really cool, but they can get a little daunting, especially in a first playthrough of Dragon Age, if any of you guys decide to pick it up. I personally would just play the game on normal and kind of ignore them, at least for the first couple hours, and then try to see if you have a knack for getting into it. If not, leave them on default, and they'll make it work. Yeah, we got Duncan.
So you were the one fighting Darkspawn. I thought I heard combat. You're the elf I found wandering the forest, aren't you? I'm surprised you have recovered.
Well, damn. Don't think I'm strong or something? If you heard fighting, why didn't you help? It's your Duncan, the Grey Warden. I don't know human, nor do I owe you anything. I am a little peeved by his response, but I'm not, like, trying to pick a fight. So I'm going to go with the middle one.
It's a pleasure to finally meet you. The last time we spoke, you were barely conscious.
Andera Natisha, Duncan of the Grey Wardens. I am Meryl, the Keeper's apprentice.
Your keeper did not send you after me, did she? I told her I would be in no danger.
Yeah, we're looking for Tamlen, so that's kind of the main thing. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that
So
one.
you and your friend Tamlen both entered this cave. And you saw this mirror.
Yep, he touched it, and I blacked out. That sounds about right.
I see. That's unfortunate.
Oh no.
The Grey Wardens have seen artifacts like this mirror before. It is Tevinter in origin, used for communication. Over time, some of them simply break. They become filled with the same taint as the Darkspawn. Tamlen's touch must have released it. It's what made you sick. And Tamlen too, I presume.
Well, then what do we do? We can try and fix it, but that would involve touching it. Moving it also involves touching it. So we either destroy it, or I completely forget about that and only think about myself and the fact that I might be plagued by the Darkspawn. I think I'm gonna ignore that for a moment and just try and get rid of this mirror.
I agree. So long as the mirror exists, it is a threat to anyone nearby.
I do not fear this sickness. The Keeper knows how to cure it.
She may have weakened it, but she cannot cure it. Your recovery is only temporary. I can sense the sickness in you, and it is spreading. Look inside yourself, and you will see.
That sucks. So what do we do? Yeah, what do we do?
First, we deal with the mirror. It is a pestilence and a threat.
Solid. Man has a nice beard. I always thought Duncan was
It
cool.
is done. Now let's leave this cursed place. I must speak with the Keeper immediately regarding your cure.
So we can leave. We can ask about Tamlen. Yeah, I'm gonna ask about Tamlen just one last time for me.
There is nothing we can do.
Great. But I am alive, and he could be too.
Let me be very clear. There is nothing you can do for him. He's been tainted for 3 days now, unaided. Through your Keeper's healing arts and your own willpower, you did not die, but Tamlen has no chance. Trust me when I say that he is gone. Now we should return.
It's sad. I can ask for a body, but something tells me not gonna happen. But yeah, I'd say let's just head back. We already searched this place pretty thoroughly before, and I don't think we're gonna find anything good, at least, if we keep snooping around.
I sense no other Darkspawn nearby, so it's safe. Lead on.
I'm relieved you have returned. And I did not expect to see you again so soon, Duncan.
I was not expecting to return so soon either, Keeper.
Dare I ask of Tamlen? What did you find of him?
Oh, well, you know, he's just off doing his own thing. So yeah, if he was alive, the Darkspawn would have killed him. Nothing, he's gone. Or the Great Warden says we will find nothing. I mean, honestly, the most honest, the most true response is just to say that he's gone. We didn't find him, we don't know what happened. He could be alive, but either way, he's not gonna come back.
I see. Meryl, what about the mirror? Did you bring anything back?
I can answer that, Keeper. I destroyed the mirror.
I intended to use it to find a cure for this mysterious illness. I trust you had good reasons for your actions.
There is much to discuss, Keeper. I have learned a great deal since I was last here.
Let us speak privately within my Aravel, then, Duncan. Meryl, warn the hunters. If Darkspawn are about, I want the clan prepared.
Manuvinen, Keeper, right away.
Darlene, allow me some time to speak with Duncan. Seek us out at my Aravel later, and we can discuss your cure.
Sounds good. I don't want to push it.
Tell Hiren Pivel what has occurred. He now has the sad task of preparing a service for the dead. Follow me, Duncan. I'm eager to hear what you have to say.
Awesome. Well, we checked out the caves. We found Duncan. We didn't find Tamlen. But we didn't die, and we did level up, and we got to hang out with Meryl for a little bit. Got a whole new ability, which is on our second little wheel. I think that sets us up pretty well to get near the end of our little prologue here. I'm pretty sure it's coming up soon, so we'll see if we can't get through that in the next episode. Anyway, thanks for watching, and see you next time.